stenographer is this?
August 11th. Good.
Great.
Yep.
All right. Let's call this meeting. It's 9:02. Let's call this meeting of the Marion County Board of Supervisors to order. Okay, roll call.
Keisha Johnner,
Here.
Mark Ramey,
Here.
Steve McCombs.
Here.
Very good. Would entertain a motion on this morning's agenda.
Make motion to approve today's agenda.
Second.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
Jake, any communications received?
Actually, there was one this time. You guys, or the county received a notice of a public hearing from Mid-American Energy for a public hearing regarding a transmission line, I think from like Monroe to Otley area. Just as so you have that in your packets. Just as a secondary, just yesterday, did not forward this on at this point. They sent a follow-up letter. And the meeting time is the September 15 at Graham Annex at Central Hall. Was actually supposed to be published for the 10 a.m. start, not 11:30. So if you want to go September 15, 2020 to the Central College Graham Center for this public hearing for Mid-American, it's a 10 a.m. start.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. So board members, you have the letter in your packet. Make the appropriate notes as to change in time, start date. Thank you, Jake. And if you get any other updates on that, let us know.
Yep.
As they come in. Thank you. Public comments. Oh, I guess any other communications, Jake, besides that?
No, sir.
That's it? All right. Public comments. This is the portion of our meeting that the public can speak on items not contained in this morning's agenda. Board cannot act on those items, but they may be topics for future board supervisor meetings. Are there any public comments, items not on this morning's agenda? Hearing none, we will move on. Would entertain a motion on this morning's consent agenda.
Make motion we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Ramey.
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
All right, very good. Thank you. On the business this morning, we have Resolution 2020-61, which is an annual thing. Approval of fiscal year 2021 secondary road transfer. Tyler, Jake?
Yep, an annual occurrence to transfer from Fund 11 to Fund 20 at the budgeted revenue amounts, authorizing the transfer for the treasurer.
Nothing we didn't talk about during budget cycle or anything like that, nothing, no anomalies.
$10 figures.
Right.
So it's based off the maximum allowed. It's what's in the budget side for the expense and his revenue. We do not transfer. So like this year was a little odd because not all the taxes were collected, so the full amount was not transferred. So we don't just do a blanket amount at the beginning of the year. The treasurer collects taxes, and then basically the following month, I pull those taxes and calculate, and we transfer to him at month end the amount based off actual collection. So if not all comes in, then he doesn't get all. It generally becomes real true, and it will again this year. It's just, we're gonna have to work through those logistics.
Yep.
But
Okay.
we're not allowed to transfer that without your permission, and it is what you guys approved in the budget.
Good. Good. Steve, Keisha, any questions, discussion?
Nope.
All right, very good. Seeing no discussion or questions, would entertain a motion on this resolution.
I move we approve resolution 2020-61.
A second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. Very good, thank you. We have 2020-60 is an award of contract for crack sealing on a variety of roads throughout Marion County. So Tyler?
Yeah, so this crack seal contract is for farm to market roads that were overlaid in the past 2 to 3 years. T17, T25, and S45. And we had quite the number of bidders this year. With the low bid being right at our engineer's estimate. Previously, our previous low bidder in the last 4 or 5 years, they have been absorbed by another company who did bid, but prices must be much higher with their new company. So, we have not worked with American Pavement Solutions out of Wisconsin, but, other counties have. So, I recommend award the contract.
And you've done the due diligence on them and everything?
Yep.
Okay, good. Thanks, Tyler. Steve, Keisha, discussion or questions for Tyler on this
I don't have anything.
resolution? Steve?
That's for this year, yeah. Tyler, is that correct?
Well, the late start date is in 2021, so
Yeah.
it may
Okay.
not happen this calendar year.
Okay, all right.
Construction year.
Okay, no, that's it.
Good. With that, I would entertain a motion on this resolution.
Make motion we approve resolution 2020-60.
Second,
McCombs,
aye.
Ramey,
Aye?
Johnner.
Aye.
All right, very good. Item number 3, we'll declare the public hearing open on the proposed vacation, all or part of certain road right-of-ways, Marion County, number 965, Nevada Drive. So Tyler,
Yes.
you want to walk us through this?
Yeah, so you received a packet of information regarding the vacation from Brian, my office, who had worked diligently with Ann and Jake's office to try to vacate this section of road. So we were approached by the two adjacent landowners, the Devers and Wattenbach owners, and about vacating this. Folks are dumping trash, just past their driveway and possibly doing other illegal activities. This section of road has been attempted to be vacated in the past, not necessarily in this particular segment. But Nevada and 175th, as you can see on the map, used to be contiguous until Highway 92 was built, at which each became a dead-end road. So this is not a through road, and we would be vacating the western end of it. It would not restrict access to anyone. All adjacent landowners would still have access from public right-of-way.
Steve?
And all of the adjacent landowners have been notified via certified letters, and the public hearing, or in your packet, we had the public notice information from the Des Moines Register as well.
This is the public hearing portion.
Yeah.
So are there any comments from the public on this proposed vacation? All right, hearing none, would entertain a motion to close public hearing.
Make motion we close public hearing.
Second,
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
aye.
Item number 4 is resolution 2020-59, which is to approve the vacation of certain parts of this road of Nevada Drive. Is there discussion? Steve, Keisha?
In the previous vacation, I was heavily involved in that when I still worked for the road department.
Hmm.
And of course, the owners had changed, but I would highly recommend that we approve the vacation, as it serves no public purpose whatsoever.
Very good. All landowners have been notified. They are
Yep.
aware and supportive and.
And I will note that since the previous attempts to vacate, access has been allowed to one property off of Highway 92 where it was previously not allowed. So this vacation has become more attractive because of that.
Because of that issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Keisha, any?
Nope, I don't have any
All
questions.
right. No other questions? Would entertain a motion on 2020-59.
I move we approve resolution 2020-59.
A second.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it. Item number 5 is from me, and it's a discussion and potential action on a position elimination. The communications assistant position within the Economic Development Department. After kind of exploring some looking at budget, looking at where we're at as a result of COVID, looking at where we're at in terms of reorganizing different departments to try to make better use of taxpayer money. Just went through some different positions, landed on this one, had a discussion with Carla, and thought that we might be able to shift some of these responsibilities to existing administrative staff. It's never easy to eliminate a position because that's a person that goes along with that. But at the same time, we're also dealing with other scarce resources, and that's taxpayer money. So we have to figure out ways to do what we're doing to be effective, but also to be efficient. So I'm proposing that we eliminate this position, move those duties to existing administrative staff. Carla will pick up more responsibilities as a result of this, and she and I have talked about that, and she realizes the workload change. So I think effectiveness will still be there. Carla can still do everything that she has been doing to support our economic development initiatives, and still provide the admin help that she needs to be able to support that function. So that's my proposal. Are there any questions or discussion?
Will the admin help be coming out from this site?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I wanted the logistics to be easy to manage.
Okay.
For her. So again, it's not easy, but again, we're going to be looking across all of our functions as we think about how we function in the 21st century. Some people would say, okay, we're just eliminating positions. No, we're actually restructuring in many ways, because as we have eliminated certain positions, we've also hired. We have a new addition to our EMA department, which was desperately needed. We're restructuring IT. We're bringing on a new person in IT because that is an area we need assistance with and additional capacity. So it's not just cut people, cut dollars. It's reallocate those dollars to make better use of those dollars. Our taxpayers expect that of us, and that's our job to do that and do that well. So, Steve, any other questions?
I guess my question would be to Carla, is she comfortable with this?
There is certain portions of the position that will require me to take back on those responsibilities that have been put onto that position that a typical admin without a level of business development knowledge cannot do. There is some concern. I mean, obviously this year, all of our program of work has been shifted around because of COVID and how a lot of our work is meetings, and that's all been shifted around. Long term, I think it'll be more difficult as things return to normal to take this on as it will be maybe in the next 6 months. So there is some concern there with my workload, but I will take it back to my commission if we need to, and we'll have to adjust. I mean, I'm not to say that things may not have to be dropped because of this, but I don't anticipate that happening quickly. But it may have to happen as workload returns once COVID and meeting times and I'm out on the road and we're doing things. For instance, one of the programs that this position does is our Best of Iowa. Typically, we go to the company and meet with the company. This year, we are not. There's efficiencies in that, but there's also something you're losing by not sitting across from somebody. So my goal would be next year, if things return to normal, that we would return to meeting with them in private versus over the video, which takes time to go to those places.
Yeah, and we're not all sure what normal is going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And so for right now, I think it's fine. Long-term, just, like anything, we don't know what long-term is, but I think over the next 6 months, it'll be acceptable. What next year at this time when we're doing the program, what it looks like, I don't know, because I don't know what it's gonna look like next year.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Carla. Appreciate that comment.
Carla, and regarding, somebody being able to help you, in the building, you have time to be able to train them a little bit? I mean, that aspect?
I will have to, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, the hard part is this is absolutely my busiest time of the year. And because of how the Best of Iowa program has been rechanged, it was halted at the end of March, which was why the furlough was created, because the program was put on halt. It was started back up mid-July, and now we have until the end of September to get all 40 calls done. So it is also the same time of year that we do the travel guide. So those two projects happening at the same time. Generally, we're done with our employer call visits before the travel guide starts. This year, those will be packed on top of each other. So it's gonna be a busy couple of months, but I will have time to do some basic, but much more of the training will have to happen after I get through this busy period of time.
Okay.
So the training might have to wait till November-ish until the next 3 months are gonna be packed. But some of the tasks that I think an admin can do as far as invoicing and some of those things are fairly low training things, but to do some of the other things that I need done will take some time to do some training that I just don't have right now to take out of my schedule because I'm taking on responsibilities.
Okay.
And we have to do those Best of Iowa interviews, so that's important to our businesses, so I must get those done.
Well, I commend you for your willingness to even, adjust. I think that's important. I do think for a taxpayer, being responsible, doing our side, and that shows responsibility in what you're doing too. You're stepping up to the plate and saying, hey, I'm willing to, do what I can. So I appreciate that, I really do. This is a very tough time for us. We do have to look, and when you, analyze the whole budget, we're trying to make sure that Marion County continues to grow. That is very important. To me, it is. I do not want us to, I don't want us to struggle. I want to see that as a whole that we're going to continue to grow, so.
Steve, any other comments, thoughts, discussion?
No, and I guess I want to clarify, when I say Marion County, I want to say it's just not at the courthouse. I'm talking about,
Yeah, you're talking
Marion
about the
County
in
business.
a total.
Yeah, so, yeah.
No, appreciate that. Thank you. Steve, anything?
No, I think it's just, it's something that we all need to look at on how we're going to restructure our businesses.
Right.
How we're gonna operate in the future.
And this won't be the last. I mean, I'll be bringing other ideas to you as I examine things. I talk to Lisa, we look at budgets, we look at restructuring, we look at the impacts of COVID that are still undetermined on how our industries will be functioning, how we'll be meeting. Those are still question marks for us. And I think it is naive to think it's all going to be like it was before. And at a minimum, we have to at least think proactively about some of these things and respond to those changes. I know in the business world, we're seeing that impact already. And the things I do in my other job, we're seeing that happen. So anyway, appreciate it, Carla. Appreciate your thoughtfulness and participation in this. And with that, I would entertain a motion on this proposal.
I'll make motion for the position elimination of the communications assistant for the Economic Development Department.
Second.
Motion for Jake.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner.
Aye.
Very good, thank you. Carla, thank you. Very good. Updates, Steve.
Well, I really have none. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't got to talk to Chris lately on where we're at on the courthouse. It sounds like we're moving ahead, because I talked to him a little bit this morning about, he said he had the air conditioners going in the top 2 floors, I believe.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't heard any negative comments. I'm assuming that the construction is going on as scheduled, so.
Good. Well, if you haven't heard anything, maybe that's,
Well, yeah.
no news is good news, right? Or something like that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, no news is good news.
All right, very good. Keisha?
I haven't had any meetings, so I don't have any updates at this point. Mine will be this week. My meetings will be this week.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, we have a public health meeting tonight That'll be via Zoom, I believe. Kim, I don't know if Kim's on, tell me if I'm right on that or not. But we did have a cross-board meeting last week. As you know, Marion County is a significant funder of the Cross region. That's a state mandate that was put back on all counties to join mental health regions. We fund about 40% of that region, just by way of just a reminder of that. We are continuing to have discussions with the Access Center, and the board is giving them 90 days to meet some criteria that the board established, and we'll see if they can meet that criteria to see what the next steps are for us. You know, we've had some issues. We've heard from law enforcement. We've heard from other folks who are part of this region as to some of the deficiencies in the Access Center. And so the cross board is holding them to account on some of the promises they're making. And if they can't fulfill those promises, we may take some different action. Rachel is working on alternative proposals in the event that we take a different direction in the mental health region regarding those core services that we have to provide to be a region. So she is working on that per our last board meeting. So I'll keep you updated on that. That's where we stand right now. And we have, of course, engaged outside counsel, and they have provided, I think, some very good advice to the Cross Region Board in that regard. So other than that, our YouTube channel is running, and Facebook. Emily has got both of those done. Thank you as our new PIO. Emily's got both of those things running, and I know you were going to talk with Keisha about appropriate times or what's the best time to post or things like that. So we want to encourage everybody that our YouTube channel will put those addresses out. I am not the person to do internet addresses. I will mess that up. But I'm very excited about our ability, not just to do COVID-19 updates, but to also talk about Board of Supervisor, Marion County government actions on this site. I think that's going to be great. And once we get things fully tested out, it will be open to any of the supervisors here to do a post, give an update, those things. So I'm looking forward to that as well, and would certainly entertain any of the other Marion County office holders to participate as well, or even our managers. I think that would be good. So excited about that. Very excited. I think it went well first time. So good test run, even though it's me.
So Emily, those posts that you put out there will be ones that we're supporting all of that, meaning like, they will all come to you if people want to make a suggestions.
Yep,
Okay.
if you guys want access to the page, we can make that happen too, so that
No,
way you
that's
guys
fine.
can go
No,
on.
I prefer it
But
to be
it
you.
is, again, it is Marion County, so it's not just Knoxville, it's everywhere. So if Tyler has something big that he wants me to put out there, if you wanna follow us on Facebook, Marion County, Iowa, be sure to do that so you can see all these things that are happening, anything with the VA, all of these things that are going on, we can make sure we put on there with the courthouse, and so.
Good, very good. Well, Emily, thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Excited about your assistance with this. Last thing, as you know, we appointed a Marion County lobbyist in our last meeting. Very excited to have Kelly on board with us. I know there's been a lot of discussion and confusion about that, but the bottom line is this, that in this environment for Marion County to compete, again, for scarce resources, they come from the state of Iowa and maybe even the federal government, we need individualized support. And it's not to say that anything was necessarily bad or good, it just didn't provide us with the support that we needed on the issues that we felt were important to the taxpayers of Marion County. So we're very excited to be able to have her come on board. The other larger counties have their own individualized support, so you can tell by the way state dollars are allocated, how that works, and how mandates are distributed. Our next board meeting, I would like, Steve, Keisha, you to think about what initiatives you would like to have her work on. I'll be meeting with her in the afternoon to discuss those things, but we'll talk about that in our next open meeting, what those items might be. Maybe pick one. I don't think can have her work on 20, it's gotta be narrowed down to what is that issue you are most, keyed in on?
Okay.
What do you want to see some attention given to? Okay, and we'll do that in our next open meeting. Okay? Very good. That's all I have. If there's nothing else, would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.